going on, guys? Welcome to my first ever Q&A. I'm excited about this, but right before we get into the video, guys, don't forget to keep smashing that like button, okay? Leave a comment at the end of the video. Let me know if you're happy with the answer, or maybe you need me to elaborate a little further. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, now that we have that out the way, let's just dive into your questions. Alright, so first questions. I got your questions here on my phone, so that's why I'm kind of looking down here. Alright, so let's get this started. So the first question here is my buddy Alan Aloncha. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that 100%, but I believe I could be fairly close. Anyway, Alan here asks, how do you stay motivated when on a diet? Brilliant question. Okay, so Alan, couple of things you need to do to ensure that you stay motivated, okay? First, do not starve yourself, okay? That's really important. If you starve yourself, you're not gonna continue. Second is, so have a smart nutrition plan in place, and have a cheat day once a week. I love having a cheat day once a week. I think it's really important for longevity. Have a cheat day once a week as well. That will help so much. And look, just think of the results. Think of where you're going to be in 6 weeks, in 12 weeks. Keep constantly thinking that you're getting closer and closer to your goal. All right. I hope that answers your questions. Thanks a lot for the question, Alan. That was a brilliant question. And if any of you guys, after my answer, need me to elaborate a little more, leave your comments, okay, at the end of this video, and I'd be happy to do that, okay? Okay, so I won't spend too long answering each question, because I don't want these videos to be way too long, guys, all right? So I'll just kind of go briefly, all right? So next one is Maria, our very own Maria O'Shea. Maria asks, what do you suggest as a good cardio workout at home? I am walking, lifting, but need a good cardio workout that will be sure to work up a sweat. And please don't mention burpees. I never mention burpees. You know me, I'd never do that. I don't hate you, so no way, no burpees for anyone. All right, but cardio sessions, seriously, it just depends what you're into. There isn't best cardio out there for you. There isn't something that I could say, right, this is what you need to be doing. If you ever come across a trainer who tells you, this is the best cardio, or this is the best this, or this is the best that, normally that's a pretty fucking shitty trainer. All right, so, but I can give you suggestions. What I like to do for cardio, what I would do, I like to walk, but for what you're asking me here, I would suggest something like a skipping rope. I think that'd be brilliant. As I said, you can do whatever you like, any type of cardio that you're happy with, great. Even something like kettlebell swings, that's like a cardiovascular type of thing if you go for high reps. So maybe something like, using a kettlebell swing for a minute, resting 30 seconds, and going again, a couple of sets of that. That would really get the heart rate up. And skipping rope. Skipping rope is absolutely brilliant, all right? Something like that, so you can go maybe 30 seconds, or 45 seconds, then 30 seconds break, then repeat, and keep going like that. Just make sure that when you are using the skipping rope, that you're not kind of landing flat with your feet, jumping really heavy, that you're kind of just bouncing on your toes. Pick up a bit of a rhythm, okay? All right? So thanks a lot for your question, Maria. Very good question. So next one is Aldiana Silihovic, my very own sister-in-law, so I got to be nice here. Aldiana asks, she says, everyone talks about physical strength, but few talk about mental strength when it comes to training. Can you tell us what you think about it? A little cheesy here. I don't know what everyone talks about really, but it is true that, you need a certain amount. It is definitely true that you need a certain amount of mental strength to lift weights consistently, to reach your goal when it comes to fat loss. It's no different. It all takes some mental strength. All right. So when it comes to stuff like lifting weights, it's not always that, it is true, like it's not always that nice. I mean, you know, it is something that if you have certain genetics where, you know, you like to attack things, you get a bit pissed off, you're a bit, you know, you don't feel sorry for yourself, you attack a problem, you kind of have this, you know, that type of personality. It helps, it definitely helps. It's no secret, it's not for everyone, you know, it's definitely not for everyone. I mean, I see a lot of people I'll just tell you the truth, I see a lot of people in the gym that definitely don't train hard, and I mean a lot, they don't train hard, and it's not for everyone. Not everybody is able to do it, you know. But the good news here is that you can develop mental strength. A lot of it, I believe, is genetics, but you can definitely develop mental strength. So my advice to anybody out there, you know, would be to start off nice and easy. Okay, maybe start training a couple times a week, or even with your diet, maybe start dropping a bit of soda or a bit of junk, and then over time, as you accomplish these smaller goals, your mental strength will improve over time, and you will, you know, become mentally stronger. That's the great news here. All right, great question. Thanks a lot, Aliana. All right, so guys, next one here is Yasmina Beharic. She asks, can you do just weights instead of cardio and get the same results when doing both? All right, so can you just do weights instead of cardio and get the same results when doing both? Okay, all right, I got it. So yes and no. So it does depend on a couple of things. It depends what your goal is. I would say for 90% of us, you know, even 95% of us, yes, the answer is yes. You can certainly just lift weights, do resistance training, and absolutely get lean, burn body fat off, and never have to do cardio. Okay, once you combine nutrition and the resistance training, you are flying. You are on the ball. You're just going to keep getting results, whether that's fat loss, getting more toned, or whatever the goal might be. The other 5 to maybe 10% that I'm talking about here, that could not reach these goals without the extra cardio, would be the type of people that are possibly competing at a bodybuilding show, like the extremes. Someone like that will eventually, or even someone that's trying to get, you know, their abs out completely, get to maybe, for a male, something like maybe 8% body fat, you know, or even 10. And for females, something like 15 to 20, I guess. Someone like that might need to throw in some extra cardio just because their calories at this stage are so low that they couldn't go lower, they just couldn't maintain it. So for them, it could be helpful, but those are just extreme ends. To be honest, for 90% of us, 95, yes, you would never need to do any cardio to reach your fat loss goal. So yeah, thanks a lot for that, Yasmina. I appreciate that a lot. All right, next question. Again, our very own Maria O'Shea. Here Maria asks, I have another question, this time around nutrition. I would rely on protein bars as a breakfast supplement, as I don't do breakfast generally, as I cannot really eat in the mornings. I would eat with maybe a bit of fruits. However, are protein bars okay for people as a substitute breakfast for those that are in the same boat as me? And if so, any recommendations on which ones to choose? Thanks. All right, super question. I do hear this one a lot. Okay, so the answer is yes. For once, I will give you a simple answer and it'll be yes. I barely ever give short answers. Now I got one. It's yes. Yeah, so protein bars are completely fine. So, you know, the whole breakfast thing, it is true that it's not a bad idea to have breakfast. It's not a bad idea to have a routine. You know, because a lot of people miss breakfast and then later they eat a lot to make up for it, they eat the wrong stuff. So it's nice to have a routine, but there's nothing there scientifically proven that a breakfast does your body any favors. You don't have to have breakfast. If, let's say, for example, you wake up 7 a.m., you could have your breakfast at 11, 12. It doesn't matter. It's fine. All right. So the protein bar for breakfast is fine. Absolutely. And then you could have something later in the day. That's completely fine. And you know, the protein bar is nutritious. It's got protein. And if you like, you could maybe add something with that, a bit of yogurt or something, or whatever you like. Or listen, just the protein bar. Have the protein bar, cup of coffee, you are good to go. It's excellent. It's very nutritious. So it's all about moderation. Absolutely. Oh yeah, which ones do I recommend? To be honest with you, I would say probably a lot of them are decent. It just depends. I mean, there isn't like a really amazing protein bar and a really crappy protein bar. They're all very similar. It just depends on which ones you actually enjoy. But I'd probably say the Fulfill bar is it's tasty, it's nice, and you could go for one that's a bit higher in fiber. That could help. Probably the Fulfill bar. But a lot of them, listen, don't be afraid to budget with them as well. You know, to go for cheaper ones and stuff like that, because listen, even Fulfill, they're not magicful. There's no magic protein bars out there. They're all quite similar. Just look at the back of them, okay? Probably don't go for one that's really high in fat, and make sure that each protein bar has about maybe 20 grams of protein, okay? Right, that's that. Thanks a lot for both questions, Maria. Very appreciated. Next one is Celine O'Driscoll. Celine says, hey Adam, I've been eating 750 calories daily, hitting it, but I'm still losing weight. I'm trying to maintain weight now, so I'm upping my calories gradually to maintain my weight. I weigh 9 stone. 8 is 9 stone 8. Yeah, is 1900 about right? It's saying 2000 daily in FitnessPal, and I do up the protein, eat about 145 grams daily. Broke it down. Macros 35. Protein, her macros here, fats, thanks Adam. Celine is basically asking me, is 1900 calories daily good for her? Is that her number? Is that how much she needs? So the truth is, I can never ever know from here how many calories another person needs to maintain the body weight. There's a lot of factors that go into play here, okay? A lot of factors which I won't even get into. It's just an endless list, all right? So you got to play around with that. I made a previous video on this where you go onto like an app and you fill out your information and it gives you a guideline. Also, FitnessPal as well gives you a guideline. So I'd say go with the guideline and then work from there. So Celine, if you are eating 1900 calories, 1900, and you're losing weight, but you don't want to lose any more weight. So what you do is you start increasing some calories. Now, how much calories you increase would depend on how much weight you're losing. So for example, let's say you're losing a kilo, 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds a week, but you no longer want to lose weight, which is what you're telling me, right? So you don't want to lose weight, but you're losing a kilo a week. In that case, for a female, I would add probably around 200 calories, about 2 to 250. Okay, for a week, and then weigh myself. So about 250 starting off. If you weigh yourself in a week's time and your weight is now stable, excellent. That's your maintenance if that's your goal. If you're still losing weight, okay, then go again. Okay, if next week you lost maybe a pound, half a kilo, then you could add another 250 calories. Okay, if next week you maybe lost just a tiny bit of weight, like quarter of a pound, something like that, then go for like 100 calories increase until your weight maintains itself. Or if instead you increase calories but your weight goes up too much, then you can go back down. So just play around with that. Okay, add 100 calories to about 250. All right. Okay, thanks a lot for your question, Celine. It's actually a really good question. Okay, next we have my cousin from Bosnia Herzegovina here. He says in Bosnian, Caucasus officially, Manchester United, Liverpool. All I have to say to you, Kevin, is happy Sheffield United Day. All right. So thanks a lot for that. Next one is my sister-in-law again. So I gotta be nice again. Sanada Walsh. Okay, so Sanada asks, what's the best snack to have when you feel like you want a bar or chocolate? Are protein bars that good, or are they packed with crap? Also, is popcorn healthy? Thanks. Okay, so good question. Again, the best, what's the best, what's the worst? I like to use these terms personally for more like a marketing gimmick on my videos, just to get your attention. What I'm trying to say is best, worst, it's not really a thing. A best snack for you might be an absolutely disgusting snack for someone else. So it depends on the person. Right, anyways, got that out of the way. So, I feel like a protein bar is that good. The best snacks, it depends what you like. Do you know what I mean? For me, a best snack is a protein bar. Yes, that's my best snack. For you, it could be a healthy fiber bar, cereal bar. It could be a crisps. You can have a crisps, just incorporate it into your overall calories. It could be an actual chocolate, dark chocolate. It could be a Mars bar. You could fit a Mars bar. When you're eating healthy, it doesn't mean that you don't eat any food that's not in the so-called healthy. When you're eating healthy, I recommend 20% of your daily calorie intake to come from whatever you like. The good stuff, the sweet stuff. Okay, chocolate, whatever good stuff is for you, okay? Whatever that is, whether it's a piece of cake, whether it's crisps, whether it's whatever you like, all right? So are protein bars packed with crap? Absolutely not. They're not packed with crap. They're very nutritious. So most protein bars have 20 grams of protein in them, okay? Which is pretty cool, and they taste nice. So you're getting really nutritious stuff into you. Now, have they got some sugars? Absolutely. Have they got calories? Absolutely. Everything does, pretty much. Again, moderation. Okay? Provided that you're not eating overall calories, that you're not eating too many calories in a day, provided you get enough veg, fruit, fiber, you should have no problems avoiding sugars. Okay, so only if you're overeating will you have too many sugar. So in moderation, it's completely fine. Sugar is not the evil. Too many calories is evil. Okay, remember that. Too many calories is evil. Sugar is not evil. Okay, so once you get enough protein and all that stuff, as I said, you'll be on the ball. But this is a brilliant question. I'm sure many would be thinking this. So thanks a lot, Sarah Walsh. I appreciate that very much. All right, next one, who do we have? We're nearly here. Next one is Mark Kennedy. He says, are you better off one bigger training session or splitting your sessions into smaller ones in the day? 1 second, guys. Okay, so are you better off one bigger training session or splitting your sessions into smaller ones in the day? So the truth is, it depends what you define as a bigger, smaller session. When you say bigger training session, if you're talking about 3-hour sessions, yes, split it up. If you're talking about 30 minutes to 45 minute session, up to an hour and a half, max an hour and 45 minutes, up to 2 hours, one session. I'd say one session. Who has time to train twice a day? Anyways, it wouldn't be as convenient, definitely not as convenient, okay? You don't want things to take over your life. You want fitness to improve your life. Remember that, guys, improve your life. So, yeah, definitely, as I said, depends on how long your session is. Listen, one session a day is plenty. So the 2 sessions a day, I don't think it's necessary, unless you're doing something like weights during the day, and then maybe a jog during the evening. Now, something like that, I definitely recommend split, absolutely. So it depends what you're doing, all right? If you're lifting weights, as I said, or maybe playing football, split that up, all right? So I hope that's a good answer. I hope that explains it there. Thank you a lot, Mark. I appreciate that, brother. Next one is my boy here, Andy McGarry. He asks, how do you track calories burnt on weight training, hits, etc.? Excellent question that none of us have an answer to. Okay, so basically, weight training, hit. So basically, I've given you, Andy, a really nice kind of a longer answer on Facebook, but I'll go over it a little bit here again. So basically, there's a lot of different variables that play a role into how many calories you burn when you're lifting weights. Okay, such as, you know, your weight, your height, type of training you're doing, how much you're resting, which loads you're using, your metabolism, your body composition, your genetics. It just goes on. It just keeps going like that. So you will never know, but it's fine. You don't need to know exactly how many calories you burn when you're resistant training. So you don't need to know it. So I would say just estimate, and you'd be surprised, like when you're lifting weights, you don't burn that many calories. Actually, many people believe that you do, but you don't burn that many calories when you're lifting weights. You burn some, but not an extreme amount, all right? Unless you're doing something like HIIT for an hour, then yeah, I'm sure you'd burn a lot of calories doing that stuff, but how maintainable is that? And is it, you know, it's got other things about it that's not as beneficial. Do you know what I mean? It's just like a calorie burning thing, but there's other things we're not looking at. So I personally, it wouldn't be my cup of tea. Anyway, don't worry about it. Estimate, go for, if you're weight training with weights, say for about one session, about an hour and a half, look at it as maybe 250 to 300 calories burn. All right. And if you don't hit stuff like no break, just mad stuff, jumping around, all the mad stuff, right? Then I'd say something like 45 minutes of that probably could be 350 to 400 calories, something like that. All right. Estimate it. Don't even worry about it. And what you do is track the scale, track your progress, look at the mirror, and then adjust your calories. That's one thing you can be in kind of complete control of. So if, you know, so adjust it there. Does that make sense? So basically, if say your goal is to lose fat, right? The weight is not going down. You can see you're not burning body fat off. Just, you know, decrease maybe 200, 250 calories and then go with that. All right. Hope that was helpful. Thanks a lot, my man. Brilliant question, actually. And then the last one here is Aldina O'Neill. She asks, what workout would you suggest for a beginner? Starting from way back, not looking to lose weight, but tone up, especially the stomach, arms and legs. So absolutely brilliant question. I get this a lot. So what workout would I suggest for a beginner starting from way back, not looking to lose weight, but to tone up, especially the stomach, arms and legs? All right, listen, to be 100% serious with this one is you have got to do resistance training. If you're serious about toning up and, you know, like you need to build a bit of muscle onto your body in order to get that tone, to get that, you know, kind of athletic body, which is pretty much what you're talking about here. Resistance training, you have to use resistance training for something like this, unless you just have amazing genetics. And even if you did, resistance training would still help you. So some form of resistance training, full body sessions, 3 times a week. That's what I'd recommend. Full body sessions, 3 times per week. Resistance training. When I say resistance training, that could be body weight. Depends on where you are right now. If you're a complete beginner, push-ups, that's it. Stuff like that. Push-ups, body weight, squats. So like resistance training can be body weight when you're a beginner, but as you progress, then you will need to add weights. That's where weights come in. Okay, to add resistance and help you reach new goals. All right, that's what I recommend. And let me see, is that it? That's it, guys. That's about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.